Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, to Ebony Championship Wrestling, where we hit the mat running with all the things WWE. You know it. We dive into the biggest moments, the hottest rivalries, and give the boldest predictions in pro wrestling. This week, John Cena tells us he's going to ruin wrestling.
This is Raven
It is
Beats.
main event Jey Uso slipping out of the main event. And we got a triple threat match official that's primed to steal the show. The boys are here. Wrestling is cool again. And this is the ECW show. Let's get it tonight.
Yeah.
Welcome again, ladies and gents, and wrestling fans across the globe. This is Ebony Championship Wrestling, and I want to welcome to your screen our resident tribal chief, Griff, aka Griff Nation.
Hey, before you acknowledge me, know I'm the greatest, the baddest, and the best heel of all podcasts in the world. Acknowledge it and acknowledge me.
You can find my boy Griff on Instagram at GriffNation84 and on X at CGriff84. I am your host once again for the night, the man of 100 holes, the man with X's and O's. It's your boy Coach Montay 24. You can find me on Instagram at Coach Montay 24. What's up, my brother? Me and you tonight at the helm again.
Yeah.
How's it going, brother? Good to see you, man.
Hey, first
Middle of the
order of
week?
business. First order of business, man. From one tribal chief to, the man with 1,000 hoes, my brother. I acknowledge you. Got the retro acknowledge me shirt back.
Always old school. Always old school.
Yeah, man. Shout out to host Jackie, who not with us tonight. We acknowledge him as well too. Getting rested up, but taking another night off and letting us go forward, man. But I'm doing great, man. Well rested. I'm excited. Got a lot of new things happen this week, and I was ready to chop it up and get your thoughts, pick your brain. I know you want to do the same with me as well too, man. And I'm ready for it, man. So I got some things to get off my chest tonight.
For sure. As you should, man. There's a lot going on. We say it every week. WrestleMania 41 is the most wonderful time of the year. And so we got a lot to chop it up about. It's good to see you again. Once again, shout out to my brother, the Jackie Miles. Enjoy your night off, brother. And once again, trusting me with the throne here and the mic. So appreciate you. Let's get into it. You know how the way we start our night off. This is our lightning round. Obviously, a lot went down as we continued this road to WrestleMania. This is an interesting one we can start off with. And let's try to be precise and concise as we can be, but I know it's a lot, but this one shocked me. Tiffy Time struggled big time next to Charlotte Flair. Is the moment too big for her? What you think, Griff?
Moment is very big for her, bro. I alluded to the point, man. Like, I know there's a lot of Charlotte Flair haters out there. People don't like Charlotte because she went too much and she came right back and got in the spotlight. Like we know, bro, and I've been saying this, if you really want to knock the queen off the throne, you really want to be that top dog, and you really want to be Tiffy Time for real, you got to go through the queen herself. And the queen is showing up and saying, you're not ready for me, and, you're still a rookie and a pawn on my level. So here we are.
Yeah, I'm quite shocked. I didn't I did talk to Jackie about it. It seemed like Charlotte, did kind of overtake her and really, didn't give her room to kind of, hey, I'm here to help you. She kind of let her fall flat on her face, and the whole thing fell flat. My opinion, she needs a do-over. But to answer the question, it is. I think it is too big for her. It's a lot more we can say about it. From actually being on the stage with Becky Lynch, now you're actually with one of the greatest women wrestlers of all time. I can see it. She is rattled. She is nervous. She gonna have to come out in these next couple weeks with some haymakers to come back. But yeah, man, so far no good for Tiffy Time.
Yeah, absolutely.
So main event, Jey Uso slipping, obviously. Is what's going on with our boy? Is he trending out of the main event?
No, he's not. And here's the reason why, and it's plain and simple, and I told you and Jackie this on the last couple shows. The Yeet Man Jey Uso is not going to be Gunther. You got to bring back that pit bull, that Rottweiler, main event Jey Uso that was with the bloodline, that was standing up to Roman, that one that once said, I don't give a damn what the tribal chief has to say. The one that was doing all the cashing and talking. That Jey Uso is going to be Gunther. But if Jey Uso don't go back and bring that pit bull Jey Uso back and stay with this Yeet movement, Jay's not going to stand a chance. I'm rooting for Jey. I got him winning this championship, but it's going to be a long night for him if he stay in this funk. But I think, with Jimmy coming over and then him realizing and having that brother talk, that's going to help bring that pit bull back. And I'm excited to see that if Jay open that up and let that come through.
It's sad that Jimmy Uso has to save this feud. That's the first thing I thought about. It's sad that it's there, but it's true. I'm not going to lie to you. This had no – I was, once again, just like the Tiff in Charlotte, this one was boring the hell out of me too because I'm tired of them interrupting each other's match, and then we get the sleeper hold, and then we get interaction backstage on how I can't do it. Little engine that could, you know what I'm saying? Can I do it or can I not?
It's repetitive.
It's very repetitive. So I can't.
True.
I'm not. Yeah, I have not been on board. Yes, are we supporting him? Yes. Is it going to be a good match? Yes. But the way the writing, I'm not sure. Even Gunther is a victim of the writing too. So we're going to have to. It's sad that we've got Jimmy trying to get this intriguing. So let's see where they go. Obviously, him and Jimmy collide next week on Raw. But yeah, we'll see. But like I said, time will tell. But hopefully they get it. They roll it better. Start the turn of April. Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, thanks for that insight. Now, question: Judgment Day. So Finn and Dom, they're looking strong. Showing a united front. Is this a front saving face, or this is just until the inevitable breakup?
It's a great question, Coach. I'll be 100% honest with you. One side of me is like it's a fake and a front, and they're going to put it together and stay together. But then there's that 51% over the 49% that's saying that Dom is going to get fed up and somehow Dom is going to relinquish Finn and take over the Judgment Day and find a new member, not to add to Judgment Day, but a new member to replace Finn Balor.
For sure. Yeah, it's teased already. They're looking for. Obviously, Penta was just a pawn. Penta's not going.
Oh yeah,
Penta's too hot. He's gonna. yeah. So it's not him, but they are gonna bring in somebody else. And don't be shocked if Dom finds himself into the IC title picture. So and could win the belt. So long term. So I think right now this is a front until the inevitable. Until they once again the Judgment Day tradition. Leader always gets kicked out.
Not to cut you off, man. Again, not trying to fantasy book it here, but if you really paid attention, there's like some interesting elements that can be intercontinental contenders here in the next couple of weeks. So I'm looking forward to see if that match will be booked at WrestleMania. Because if so, it looks like there's going to be 4 contestants going after that belt.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And shout out to Brian Breaker and Penta. Obviously, before
heck of a match.
All the shenanigans went down. It was a great match. Yep. Great main event. Great main event with that hot crowd out there. For sure. Yep. All right. Yeah. Bloodline has been missing from my screen. Lord, I miss it. Bloodline interaction on Friday night. Solo and Tama, they hate on Jacob. They say, go get it. Solo says, go get it done. But then you interfere with his damn match. Where that makes sense? Do you think we finally get the square up between Solo and Jacob, potentially at Mania? What do you think?
Listen, bro. I don't know hopefully it happens at Mania, but it's a possibility. It may not happen at Mania. Who knows? But I don't know how much. I know you're not an animal person and you don't own any animals, but I study animal behaviors and learn that myself. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. When you let a lion and a tiger and a predator loose in the wild, look out. When he's mad and vicious, it don't even matter if family is in front. You know what I'm saying? And that's Jacob right now. Jacob had the leash on, with the "I love you" Solo. But now that the leash is off,
Off.
Jacob is just like, like everything is off limits with Jacob. So if I'm in that locker room backstage and I see him coming up with that hat and over his face and that hoodie on, bro, like, hey, Doc, like, hey, I'm just going to catering, bro. Like, excuse
Yeah,
me, bro,
yeah.
But to answer the question, yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
soon
oh
to be
yeah.
coming.
Yep, got you. And Naomi returns with a vengeance.
Yes, she did.
Packs up Jade, uh, and she's doing some great storytelling within that segment too. If you notice,
Yeah.
are we now invested with this feud?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. I liked the outfit. The outfit, kind of gave a little tease and a little subliminal to like, beware and cautious. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yo, like be cautious of me. Like, I'm that chick now. You know what I'm saying? You call yourself that chick. No, I'm finna show you like I'm that chick, man. But
Hmm.
I didn't like how the match ended,
Right.
but for Naomi to come out and do the attack, really, she had to make a spotlight for herself. Like, if I'm gonna go heel, I got
Yeah,
to make a
yeah.
statement under the spotlight, and she done that. She did it very well. You know what I'm saying? Like, she took it up a notch. I'm happy for
Right.
her, and I wasn't disappointed at all.
Good, good. And like I said, I appreciated the story there. Naomi's gonna carry this. I am invested now. I'm curious to see. Jade needs to work, but evidently they're trusting Naomi to get them there. Obviously, it's not official yet, but they're trending. But hopefully,
Yeah,
we get some more out of it. Jade build promo game here, and let's get it. Let's get it for sure.
yeah, absolutely.
Liv Morgan, guys. Liv Morgan to that point, that same match. What a match it was, but obviously, I know you say you didn't like the end, but it's something to my next question here. Liv is the first woman to pin Jade in WWE. Is this confirmation that WWE has finally marked her the superstar and she's finally arrived?
Um, that's hard for me to say. Again, I love Liv. I'm a fan of Liv
Hmm.
Morgan. But at the same time, as a fan, I want to see more of you getting like I can't put her there all because like the win she's getting on these superstars, they're not coming clean. There are shenanigans, interferences, and things like that, right?
Yeah,
Of course, I know the typical person say, "Well, she's a heel, she's a bad guy." They supposed to get that. It don't matter. Like for me to put you on that ladder and that success, like again, hard worker, you're great. I get that. But to answer your question, Coach, WWE is I see them doing that, but for me, I can't count that all because a lot of her victories and those top superstars are not coming clean. That's just me. So and I know I
yep,
get a lot of slack because Liv Morgan is our girl. How dare
right,
you talk
right,
about
right.
our girl Liv Morgan? You know what I'm saying? No,
No,
I don't
I'm
have
with you.
no disrespect for her. Like, pay attention to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that she's great, but I'm going to criticize her. That's what we do here. I'm going to criticize the heck out of her just like I do anybody else. I just
Hmm.
want to see my girl just get some clean wins with no Raquel and no shenanigans, but she got the first win on Jade. We can't do nothing about that. We know she going to brag about it. However, there it is. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, she's a bona fide stardom. To answer my own question, I think this is a sign that she has arrived in the
yeah,
stratosphere. Because you think about it, you lose a Becky Lynch, you just got back Charlotte. You know who's that next top tier? Obviously, we just talked about Tippy Time, not yet. So it has to be Liv. Jackie made a good point. He talked over the weekend. I did not realize that Liv has pinned all the
she
major players
has.
in the game. So
She has.
that is a good point. So, but yeah, by her doing that, it says a lot. WWE is ready. Obviously, she got love in Italy. The Liv Elisa and all whatever
Yeah,
that
that
was.
was
That was
dope.
great. That was
That was
super dope.
dope.
So it is
Yeah.
there, man. She's getting the love, man. She's super hot, white hot, and then obviously Raquel is along for the ride on the coattail. But that's another story for another day.
And
Uh,
yeah, and real quick, Coach,
yep.
man, like I said, again, I love Liv, and you know me, bro. When I
Hmm.
love someone and I love them hard, I'm gonna critique some things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I do want to see her win more. But again, when you talk about someone who's improved, their ring work,
Hmm.
their traction, their personality, their drawing, like
Yeah.
Liv Morgan, like she has that it, like she's like that it, right there with Rhea and
The
Bianca.
it,
When you
the
talk
it,
about
the it factor.
exactly.
Hmm.
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
Got you. Yeah, great point. Great point. And obviously, Cena returns with another promo, and he says he's going to ruin wrestling. Let's go ahead now. The clock has been stopped, so let's go ahead and get this out, man. This is the first question to you. We can go back and forth here. What do we think about Cena's second heel promo, and where this is going? Where this is going with American Nightmare? Go ahead.
Let me say two things real quick. Number one, I remember Raw was coming on in the afternoon again. And two, I made sure I pulled over on my new cell phone that I listened to this promo live before everybody else starts sharing and texting and da. I wanted to see it fully myself.
Right.
Coach, I want to put something interesting out here. Do you know ever since Cena went heel, he all his heel appearances and promos has happened overseas. He has not yet stepped on American soil and did any type of heel. Because because you had Elimination Chamber in Canada. He was off for 2 or 3 weeks and then he was overseas. Like he has yet to come. And I think the next time they're over here, I think he's appearing in Chicago. So that crowd gonna be. But let's get back to this promo. Cena, everything he said was absolutely correct. Like the whole
2 weeks in a row.
huh?
I said 2 weeks in a row. Go
2
ahead.
weeks in a row. Like the whole spinner belt thing, how they reacted, how they said it was like everything he was saying, he was like, yo, like, this is what I'm going to do. At this point, I am going to retire. And that belt that you once called a toy, that's going to be my toy that I'm going to retire with. And y'all ain't going to have no other belt to have. Like, he really had me vested. Like, man, I'm cheering for this dude. Like, yo, you know how, like, yeah, like, I was like, yo, get this belt, have it all year long. I don't care. Like, let them talk. Like, you can go shoot a movie and come back at SummerSlam if you want to. I don't care. Let's go. But Cena had me very excited. He was very, very real. Mm-hmm. He was very authentic. And you could tell, you know how like some talent, when they go heel and they haven't been healed for a long time, they kind of struggle and everything and hesitate. He did everything so precise. Like even when the fans was interrupting, he stopped and let them have their moment. Then he came back, it's like, okay, forget what I was about to say. I'm finna come back and hit y'all now since y'all interrupted me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was doing it from himself, but he also was letting the fans. That's how you know he's real good at what he does because he knew when to stop, he knew when to come in, and he just like he flowed. He just literally flowed.
He's milking it, and the first thing I had to. My first thoughts was like, okay, I'm still actually tripping off the fact that he hasn't thrown hands with Cody yet.
Don't need to.
And I'm still right. No. And that's my fandom.
Yeah.
That just wants, okay, bro, he packed you up at Elimination Chamber with Travis Scott, Rock in front. That's when it happened. Like, why are you? Because what was confusing me is that 2 weeks in a row, Cody came out looking for John. Now John is in your face and nothing, and no hands are being thrown. Now you come back out with a suit. So that's honestly what confused me. But I still get it. John has to play this role for a little while, just blaming the fans before he sets his eyes on Cody and before he gives an explanation. Okay, I had to take a step back and think that's okay. This is why they need to go that way. But John is the thing that I appreciated is he's basically berating the fans, still dissing the fans for dissing him. But he just said, you know what? He said, I'm going to beat Ric Flair. I'm glad he mentioned that because now he's showing that deep infatuation for him to get back to the top, for him to achieve this. And that's the key. Yep, that's the key thing that I got out of this was okay. Mm-hmm. His beef is with the fans, and he does have an infatuation to get it. So now we know his motive. Now I guess the next step, as we on this road, we need to still figure out, hey, why? And unless obviously is The Rock, what's your position with The Rock? What's going on with that? How is that tying together? And then when are we gonna throw hands? So those questions will be answered. But yep. Thank you, my brother. Yeah, that wraps up that. So let's do this. Let's switch gears here because I think you
Mm.
got some. You say you have some stuff for me tonight. Let's play a
Yeah.
game. Yep, let's play a game called Infamous Pin or Kickout. One of the new games we started here, new segments. If I say pin, that means I'm going to agree with Griff's statement. And if I kick out, that means I disagree, and I'll give my reasoning why. So let's go ahead and he's gonna shoot me out some statements or on what's going on, and I'm gonna be either pin or kick out. Go ahead, my brother. Floor is yours.
All right. So here we go, man. I got 5 questions here. And like you said, if
Mm-hmm.
you agree, you're going to take the pinfall. And if you disagree, you're going to kick out and you're going to explain why you disagree. My
All right.
first question, we kind of touched on a little bit. This was about the Tiffany and Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
So I got another question that I'm going to replace with that one. So that way we're not double dabbing. My
Mm-hmm.
first question to you is this, my brother. Has the WrestleMania build for this year been very boring?
So are we saying the statement is is that the statement?
So yeah,
Is
let
it
me
boring?
rephrase that.
Is it
My
boring? Is
apology.
it boring? Yeah, because
The
your statement.
WrestleMania build for this year is boring.
I'm definitely going to take the pin on that one and agree with you.
Okay. You want to
Because in
expound a little bit?
most years you have the storylines and you have it. Obviously, I don't know if it's maybe because of the start. It's weird because of the later start, and they're slow burning everything. Okay, but still, yet and still, you don't have that. I think Cody and Cena is the only match to where it's going to be people lining up with on the edge of the seats with the popcorn. That's the only match, and you can put now the triple threat, behind that. Those are our two biggest matches, but it still doesn't have that punch, that oomph. There's not that excitement. There's that excitement factor there that was there last year. I
Mm-hmm.
think the press conference in Vegas, that's crazy that they're not going to do that again. I think the press conference, all of that, it was promoted. It was promoted bigger, and it was more of excitement leading up to 40. And this one we're not getting at all because it's a slow death march to the date, and it's nothing without those two storylines. He'll be out of there. Nothing. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I think
Hmm.
real quickly, I think you had the press conference last year because of the drastic change in the pivot last year. So that
Hmm.
kind of hyped it up and added on to hype
Yeah.
that storyline up versus this year. My
Hmm.
next one for you, bro. I'm excited for this one because this is the one I chuckled when I thought about this. Randy Orton returns and walked down the WrestleMania aisle as the 2009 Menace.
Hmm.
Pinfall, kick out. I'll repeat that
Okay.
again.
Okay. No, no, no. I got your
You got
statement.
it? Okay.
I got your statement. Uh, I'm gonna kick out because yes, he has that side, but he has to go back fully healed for that. And I think and
Mm.
I think with KO, the factor KO, he's gonna have so much. He can still do the punt. He can still be Randy Orton, vintage Randy Orton with a vengeance as the face. And I think because where KO is now, how KO is hated, and obviously because of KO's great work, Vegas elite, hey, them fans in Allegiant Stadium can't wait until he punts his head off. So you're going to see a more aggressive version of Orton, but that 2009 you can't get that until maybe until he faces Cena on the way out the door.
Ah.
Yep.
Now here's a little possible spoiler for you, Coach.
Hmm.
Backlash is in St. Louis next month after
Yep.
WrestleMania,
I
so
saw
keep
that.
that in mind.
Hmm.
Yeah, we
No,
might
no,
get
no,
that a
no.
little early.
That's why you asked that. But no. Yeah, the answer. I got the kick out on that one. Yep. Go ahead.
Nope, perfect. My next one, Carmelo Hayes
Hmm.
taking L's is leading up to a future push in a possible title run in the future.
Definitely pin. The man is we can't say enough good things about Melo. We rave about him weekly on this show. He's in a perfect spot. Yeah, he's taking L's, but look at who he's going against. He's rubbed elbows with Randy Orton. He's he's been in there with Braun Strowman, Andrade in a 7-game series. Everything that LA Knight, he's primed and ready. They just got to get him in a good storyline. Obviously, out of this Mania season, they just got to once they get another solid dance partner, but this time he gains momentum off of that, and you'll start seeing that trend. I think the first title Griff he'll get is the U.S. title.
Okay.
Mhm.
Awesome. All right. Now, next one, we're going to talk about his former buddy, Trick Williams.
Ah,
Trick Williams will be moved up to the main roster sometime this year in 2025.
I'm going to take the pin on that. I agree. I'm hoping, I'll gladly take the pin, but he's got to continue to get his chops up. I know him and Javon Evans got this thing right now in NXT, which is cool. Which is cool. Ring skills got to continue to improve. Mike is there. Charisma's always, is there anyway. Got the look, but he will be up. It's just it's just a matter of when. Hopefully, summer going in the fall. To when they have that. When they have that crop of NXT talent come up around that time of year, he should be in that next class. Yeah.
Righty.
Mm-hmm.
All right, for our last one, this is a big one. Strap your seatbelt. WWE will surprise and throw us all off guard by bringing back Brock Lesnar.
That's a joke. Oh man, I'm going to gladly kick out on this. Because every time I hear it, there's a glimmer of hope that he could come back. There's one
It's
more
always something.
one more allegation. There's one more piece of information that still got him tied to Vince, and the only way he can get out of that hole, bro. It ain't gonna be this calendar year. If Vince fully get off Trump, all the Trump charges, and Vince maybe go start his own promotion, and Brock, want to go get more money. He's not coming back through the WWE door, because I think if Vince starts a promotion, he gonna follow Vince to the moon. In real talk, when you think of real talk, so
it's like okay, WWE Shop just released more merchandise.
no.
2 days later, it's down. The next thing you know, he's on the Legends roster. The Legends roster on .com.
Yeah.
He's taking off. Now he's back on the main roster. And he's taking off. Then he's back again, and here's another allegation. So it's like,
bro.
God, dog.
Yeah. So it ain't happening. I'll gladly kick out to that one, bro. Thank you.
All right, man. Well, that's all I got for you, man.
I appreciate it, man. It is a fun game.
It is.
We got to play with. We got to play with Brody when he get back, because it'll be even more intriguing with Jackie's questions.
He gonna dig. He gonna dig in. The whole NWA territory.
Yeah, he'll dig all the wrestling history on us.
Man.
Yeah, man. Thank you. That was fun. All right, and we're gonna wrap up the show. Last segment of the evening, and we're gonna our question of the night. And like I said at the beginning of the show, the triple threat match is official, and it is primed to steal the show. We finally have all three combustible elements in the ring at the same time this past Friday night. CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and of course the YTC, your tribal chief, our tribal chief, YTC OTC in the ring. I thought that segment was great. And so my question, and we can talk about obviously what transpired. The question, Griff, and it was on everybody's mind. And there's numerous theories out there. You know, the IWC. I even know I don't be checking for the IWC like that. But true wrestling purists can't answer. You know, have thought about the question. What do you think the favor is between CM Punk and Paul Heyman?
That's a lot. That's a lot because you don't know exactly what direction CM Punk is going to go with this favorite. Let me throw out the possibilities. You know what it could be. Paul Heyman turning on Roman Reigns. That's a possibility. I know that's probably out there in the internet world. I haven't checked, but I'm sure their dirt sheeters are all on top of that. That Heyman's going to turn on. Also, another favorite can be Seth and Punk joining forces. That's throwing us off again. You know, another wrench and everything. You know, I've seen plenty of times when two people, you know, hate each other for so much, and all of a sudden, I mean, for example, let's go back to 01 before the quadricep injury with Triple H and Stone Cold, you know, the power trip, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, that could be a possibility of those two joining forces being led by Heyman. You know, I don't know. I don't know what this favor is, but I'm very vested. And I really stayed off the internet and sheets to hear people's perspectives because I want to see for myself what the clues would be leading up to this favor, and will this favor expose itself before WrestleMania or will it happen at WrestleMania? And then again, we just talked about Brock Lesnar in our last segment. What if that is another favor to bring Brock back and do some havoc? I mean, I don't know. You know, to answer the question, bro, there's a lot of possibilities this favor can be, but I honestly cannot pick it.
So if you had to bet money on one of your like I said, I know you just throw it out as a possibility. Let's just for intrigue here for the show. If you had to bet your, you know, bet your house, one possibility, what would it be? And before I go, you're in your gut. What do you think it is?
If you had to go one, everything, that is Punk taking Heyman away from Roman.
Okay, that's where I'm trending to with it. We got to go all the way back to the phone call, the unanswered phone call. The last, I think the last loyal thing that Paul did for Roman was go through the table last summer in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
And after that, I think Paul felt some kind of way. Might have, you think about it, within the storyline, Paul might have felt some kind of way because Roman wasn't there. You know, like of all the nights I was here with you, holding your Ulafala, holding your belts. You know, walking you down to the aisle for those 4 years, and then
that promo gonna be,
that one night that I needed you with your crazy ass family, I get spiked through a table, and you know where to be found because you still in your feelings because you lost on the big stage because you lost your belt, and then you can't be there for me. That's where it is, and Punk has always been this guy. Punk was the original, and him being thrown into this because it's so much more they can tell even after this triple threat. Because we got a 2-night SummerSlam, we got a lot of stuff. We got PLEs galore for because think about it. To your point, we always say WrestleMania is not the end all be all no more. Where the business is, business can be handled year round now with WWE PLEs, and that's actually better for us as fans. But I think it's going to be the ultimate betrayal. He's already been betrayed by Seth. He's already been betrayed up to this point. That's why Roman has trust issues. He's so insecure. That's why he's so into himself because he can't trust nobody. But this will be the ultimate backstab. And I think, and I'm going to have to trend with you. I think the favor is, I'm going to take you back. But on top of that, I will get a title shot. He's actually gonna get back in the. I don't think where Cody and Cena is now. I don't think they'll implement him in that, but I think he'll get Heyman first. The turn will come, and then the title comes after. Because did you see the clue when they cut the promo? Paul turned to him and said, "You want to talk about that now with the big eyes and all of that." So I did catch that when when Punk mentioned the favor, because there's a reason why they keep bringing it up. But no, Paul was like, "Wait a minute, like you're not supposed to talk about this right now." That I got that vibe, and so that clue, along with him comforting him in the middle of the ring at the steel cage, I'm betting my house that it's going to be a turn, with obviously Heyman turning on Roman. I gotta trend with you on that one, because I
Let's
can't see it going any other way. Not in my imagination. I
let's
can't think about it, of course. But yeah, go ahead.
let's stop right there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's throw the future away. Let's not go futuristic right here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not forget about Seth Rollins. I'm gonna go back
He's
to him
still
in
the
a
factor.
second.
That's still the factor. Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to Madison Square Garden because you brought up something pivotal, but you left something out
Mm-hmm.
that I was waiting for you to say.
Go ahead.
CM Punk probably was the only person to follow up and check on Paul while
Good.
he was down.
Good one.
Now, the first time we saw Paul Heyman return,
Mm-hmm.
he returned in a black suit with a red tie. We never saw that type of look from him. And when he
True.
came back to TV, who did he bring down the aisle to announce as the fifth member as War Games? CM
CM
Punk.
Punk. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's long time storytelling. Going to Seth Rollins now. I was always saying Roman and Seth makes sense in this one-on-one situation, but CM Punk got me intrigued into the triple threat now because he said one thing that
Mm-hmm.
made me say, "Oh,
Okay.
okay, I'm kind of vested in this triple threat now."
Yeah.
He said, "You two never beat me without the help of one another,"
Great
and I'm
point.
like,
Great point.
"Dang, that is true." So, with that being said, we can't overlook Seth Rollins because we easily are saying now, like, this situation is more Roman, the favor, and CM Punk. Seth Rollins has done so much to Roman and so much to Punk
Yeah.
where he is going to bring a lot of rage out of both of them on
Mm-hmm.
top of the rage he has. So
Good
this
point.
is going to be the most insane, iconic, craziest triple threat we
Yep.
probably ever seen with no number one contendership or title involved. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tap you in, but then I
Mm-hmm.
got a question after you say what you say, and I got a question I want to hear from
Mm-hmm.
you and what you think about this match. But I'm gonna let you go ahead real quick.
Okay. All right. No point. Well, take. Go ahead. Go ahead and ask me the question.
Here's my question:
Point. Well, take.
Where would does this match go last, or do you put this match in the middle of the card?
I got it main eventing night one right now,
Mm.
and
Mm.
of course, we can elaborate on it more. But I got it main eventing night one right now. Gunther and Jay just doesn't give me the punch to right as of now to main event it. You got three combustible. Where the story is and where they're going, I think these three they got to close out the first night. That's
Mm.
my gut right now. Until unless, like I said, Jay and Gunther got 3 more weeks to tell me why. But if these three keep us hot and keep us at the edge of our keep everything hot and keep us at the edge of our seats, you got to put them on last night one. My gut.
So I said, depending on where they put this Bianca EO match,
Mm-hmm.
you can't have both of them on the same show because that's overstacking.
Right.
I got this triple threat being the middle of night one, and Jay and Gunther still main eventing. And here's the reason why I say
Okay.
that.
Go ahead.
and again, it's still a main eventer no matter what. Like it
Right.
can go first, middle, or last. The reason I put that in the middle is because you either got to have the crowd hype or some type of energy
Send the crowd home happy.
going to that main event.
Send the
I
crowd
think
home happy. Yeah.
yes, I think I think that's going to be the momentum to push the Jay and Gunther. If you put Jay and Gunther in the beginning or in the middle, I think it's going to drain the crowd. You get what I'm saying? That's just my feel. So just like how 19 was at 35 when they put Seth and Brock first, and they let Seth get that right away. If you're going to do that with Jay and Gunther in the beginning, it has to be real quick. But I can't see Jay defeating Gunther that fast, right?
No,
But
that can be a
I
good
will
one.
I will put this match in the middle, all because it's going to give you like that Shawn Michaels Taker vibe back from, was it 25 when they had their match. You put that match in the middle, you send that boy like, but that's just, I just wanted to ask that question, what they're talking, because technically I feel like if it main events, great. But I don't see this match main eventing. I really don't, but I could be wrong.
You could. Yeah, I like I said, we that's where my gut is now. On just I'm a Griff, I'm old school wrestling through and through, and I've always felt that the bigger story deserved the close, and so that's and we'll get more into it, and obviously can't wait to get our Brody's opinion on it.
Oh
and, no doubt, man. This has been fun. As always, another week of the two the Terror Twins doing their thing, so we appreciate you. Man, but yeah, it's great. Thank you for another night to chop it up. Like I said, we can't wait. Appreciate you, brother. On our way out of here, let's go ahead and get on out and let us know. Let them know, I should say, Griff, where they can find you at, my brother.
Find the Greatest Hill on Instagram at GriffNation84 and on X, formerly known as Twitter, CGriff84.
Right. All right. And you can follow me once again at Coach Montay24 on Instagram. You can follow us all on Instagram at Ebony Championship Wrestling and on X at Ebony Championship Rest. Make sure you like, you share, you subscribe, and you please hit that bell so you're notified every time the boys hit the screen. We appreciate the love and support. Like I said, it's been our platform. It's been our pleasure just to get on here and talk wrestling. Only thing we do is for the love, and so we appreciate your love. So continue to kick in with us and hit to subscribe and continue to chop it up with us on a weekly basis. We love y'all, and let's do it. All right, Griff, we know how the way we end this. This is Ebony Championship Wrestling. We signing off, but we what?
We never tapping out.
All right, y'all have a good night. Peace. See you next week.
Out.
All right.